Okay, so apparently the first recording I did of this did not record the audio or my voice, so I'm have to do a second one. I'm gonna cover summon weapons. Um, so first, I'm gonna add the summon weapon code C043 to my TMB file. Then, whoops, I'm pulling up text tools here. I'm going to look up the weapon I want to use. In this case, it's going to be Pike of the Goddess. I'm going to let this load for a second. Okay. So a few things I need from my weapon file path here. First is the weapon ID, so 0501. In this case, I just need the 501. I need the body, which is 46, so B46, so that's the body ID. And then I'll need the variant that I want to use, so that's variant 2. So I'll come back here to my code. We'll do 60 frames starting at zero start time. This is start time. So the 0 frame is when it starts. And then 60 frames for the duration. And of course 30 frames equals 1 second. So it's last 2 seconds. Um, unknown ID or unknown 2 is always 8 for some reason. I don't know why. Just the other numbers just don't work for these weapons for some reason. So weapon ID is 501. Body ID, what did I say that was 46. And variant ID is 2. So now, when I summon my weapon, oh, wrong one. That was the spear. I want, was it this one? I want the one that the Demiurge white mage holds. That looks like it might be it, but it might be this one. Actually, I think it's this one. Cane of the Goddess. Yeah, that's right, because it's a white mage. Let's see. So that's 801, body 48. Try that again. Okay. So the summon weapon is working. But now I want the visual effects for the summon weapon. So to do the visual effects of like a weapon's visual effects, I need a summon animation. The animation I need is going to be for the target type is going to be lemur or summon. This is for like if this is for your equipped weapon, this is for your equipped offhand, and this is for summon weapons. The animation I want to use is weapon active. I'm just going to give it 1 frame of duration because it's a continuous animation. It's not really going to make a big difference. And then for time, I need the time to start after my summon weapon starts. I usually do 5 frames to give some buffer of like in case there's any frame loss. So now when I do this, should have the weapon visual effects. And as you can see, there's the visual effects on the weapon. So now I'm going to make my equipped weapon invisible. So I'm going to add invisibility. And I want it to be invisible for the entire time that the summon weapon is visible. So 0, 0, start visibility should be 0, end visibility should be 0. And 60 frames is the duration that it goes from start to end. So if I come here, then that starts at 60, 5. And now this will have my weapon reappear over 5 frames. And then I'm going to also do a disappearance, or a fade out, for the summon weapon. So it's going to fade out at 55 frames. It's going to start to fade out over the duration of 5 frames, and that will be summon. And then I add another 5 frames of complete invisibility so that the summon weapon does not like blink back into existence. Because you can get like a little blink at the end if you don't cover it all the way. So now this should look. So now it's just the summon weapon. Okay. Now I have a visual effect that normally binds to my weapon. This code right here on bind to is for normal weapons, or your equipped weapon. To get it to bind to a summon weapon, I have to use 769. And that allows me to change this binder and my visual effect here to 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to use 4 in this case. So as you can see there, it binds to up here on the staff. I think I will also have this visual effect start earlier. Now I'm just going to finish up by grabbing the sound effect for in Blizzard, which I have in my reference folder. Put it in Emitter 3. And there. My, I guess, Demiurge Blizzard for Slipstream is finished. So when doing a summon weapon, there's a few other things that I could need. There's weapon position, which, again, you select your weapon, offhand, Lemur pose, you select the object position, and C014 will keep it in that position until the animation ends. On the other hand, you can also do object control. And it does basically the same thing as C014, but it has a few other options. You have your final position, so where you want it to go after the animation is finished. And you can also set like a duration, so you can have it be in one spot and then change to another spot if you want to by adding another C174 code. And that's usually used, these are usually used for, or more important, for things like if you change a creature into a summon weapon. But that's for another video.